Well, here's a little record that we put out for Capitol. It's been out about 4 or 5 days. It's called Memories Are Made of This.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Take one fresh and tender kiss.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
And
sweet,
one stolen night of bliss.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
One girl,
but
one boy, some grief, some joy, memories are made of this.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Don't
sweet,
forget a small moonbeam.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Fold it lightly with a dream.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Your lips and mine, two sips of wine. Memories are made of this.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Then at the wedding bells, one house where lovers dwell, 3 little kids for the flavor, stir carefully through the days, see how the flavor stays. These are the dreams you will savor with his blessings from above.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Serve it generously with love.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
One man, one wife, one love, true life. Memories are made of this.
You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Memories are made of this. The day that has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. With a smile on the face for the whole Italian race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that keeps ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when the bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling, baby, I know it, honey, I'm falling. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that keeps ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when the bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling. Yes, I know it, honey, I'm falling. Why, it's almost like being in love.
You were the only girl, huh?
All right.
Just for you and me.
If you were the only girl in the world, and I was the only boy, nothing else would matter in the world today. We would go on loving in the same old way. The Garden of Eden just made with nothing to mar our joy. I would say such wonderful things to you. There would be such wonderful things to do if you were the only girl in the world, and I was the only boy. I would say such wonderful things to you. There would be such wonderful things to do if you were the only girl in the world, and I was the only boy. You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me love you. All the time you knew it. I'm sure you really knew it. You made me happy sometimes. You made me glad. But there were times, dear, you made me feel so bad. You made me sigh for. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you. I want some love. That's true. Yes, I do. Indeed, I do. You know I do. I don't care. Let the whole world stop. As long as I have you, I'll always be the top. You know, you made me love you. You made me cry for. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you. I want some love. That's true. Yes, I do. Indeed, I do. You know I do. Gimme what I cry for. You know you got the brand of kisses that I die for. You know you made me love you. When you're smiling, when you're smiling, well, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing, why the sun comes shining true. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop your sighing. Be happy again, keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles at you. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop your sighing. Be happy again, keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles at you. It's 2:45. No one in the place except you and me. So set 'em up, Joe. I got a little story I want you to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode. So make it one for my baby, one more for the road. I got the routine, so drop another nickel. Well, in that machine, I'm feeling so bad. I wish you'd make that music dreamy and sad. Could tell you a lot, but you got to be true to your code. Make it one for my baby, one more for the road. You'll never know it, but buddy, I'm a kind of poet, and I got a lot of things to say. And when I'm gloomy, you simply gotta listen to me until it's talked away. Well, that's how it goes. And Joe, I know you're getting mighty anxious to close. So thanks for the cheer. Hope you didn't mind me kind of bending your ear. This torch that I found must be drowned, or it soon might explode. So make it one for my baby, one more for the road. ma quando sono ci verso per te e farma dormire una notte bracciata con te. Uè, mare, oh mare, quando sola ci verso per te, farma dormire. Uè, mare, Way Marie, oh Marie, you are all in this world to me. Here by the window, sweet melody I sing to thee. Oh Marie, look out Marie. All the stars in the sky shine for thee. Please listen to me. Wait, Marie. Oh, Marie. They try to tell us we're too young, to really feel love. They say that love's a word we've only heard, but can't begin to know the meaning of. And yet we're not too young to know this love will last though years may go. And then someday they may recall we were not too young at all. And yet we're not too young to know this love will last, years may go. And then someday they may recall we were not too young at all. It's on the Isle of Capri that I met her. Oh, love, and I know where are the words. Beneath the shade of an old black woman round her, where we met on the Isle of Capri. She was as sweet as a rose in the dawning, but somehow fate hadn't met her for me. And though I sailed with the tide in the morning, still my heart's on the Isle of Capri. Summertime was nearly over, blue Italian sky above. I said, lady, I'm a rover. Can you spare a sweet word of love? She whispered softly, it's best not to linger. And then as I held her hand, I could see she wore a plain golden ring round her finger. Was goodbye on the Isle of Capri. Summertime was nearly over. I wish this microphone would get loose. I said, lady, I'm a rover. Can you spare a sweet word of love? She whispered softly, it's best not to linger. And then as I kissed her hand, I could see she wore a plain golden ring on her finger. Was goodbye on the Isle of Capri. The moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pasta fazool, that's amore. When you walk down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, oh, that's amore. When the stars make you shine like you've had too much wine, you're in love. When you are in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. But you see, back in old Napoli, oh, that's amore. My rifle pony.
With his casual attitude and great singing voice, he has won the hearts of people everywhere. He broke in as one half of the most popular comedy team of the 1950s. When he went out on his own, his career soared to even greater heights.
Take that night train to Memphis, oh, that night train to Memphis.
On stage, on records, on TV, and in the movies, he was a superstar. He is the one and only Dean Martin. Born in Steubenville, Ohio in 1917, Dean Martin grew up listening to the smooth tones of singers like Bing Crosby.
Songbird, thrill you with sweet refrain.
Dean's career took off when he teamed with a frantic comic, 9 years his junior.
They're not regular children.
While Dean was laid back and smooth, Jerry Lewis was just the opposite.
Come in, Tracy. I can hear you all right. So anyhow, I would like to, which camera? You're all moving around.
Their partnership started in 1946, when both men were appearing at the same nightclub separately. Apart, neither was a hit, but together, their wild and crazy antics delighted audiences. Almost at once, they were the hottest comedy team since Abbott and Costello. Hollywood beckoned, and the team signed to star in a series of comedies for Paramount Pictures and producer Hal Wallace. The team's first starring films put them in service of their country.
We don't want them. Send them to the Marines.
We got enough troubles. Give them to the Air Force. Oh, no, not those two guys.
In At War with the Army, Martin and Lewis became soldiers, and boot camp was never the same.
Now, that didn't hurt a bit, did it? How do you feel? Feel good? Okay? Come on, let's go.
Dean even got to spoof his old idol Bing Crosby when he and Jerry did a takeoff on the popular hit Going My Way.
Well, should it tonight, long,
The formula for Martin and Lewis movies was simple. Jerry acted the fool, while Dean sang a few songs, got the girl, and remained cool.
baby, you could make a statue.
That held true in Sailor Beware. When the boys joined the Navy, it was Jerry who got all wet.
Get around, it's a shooting time.
Martin and Lewis were an immediate hit, becoming one of the top box office draws in America. For this team, the sky was the limit.
The parachute jump, the parachute jump.
But even as Martin and Lewis took off, Dean was less than satisfied. As their popularity grew, Jerry Lewis took more control of their films and gave himself more screen time. Often, Dean simply sang the songs and kissed the girls.
That's fine. I'll read 2 books.
But despite the behind-the-scene troubles, Dean and Jerry were still the best of friends on the silver screen. By the time Partners came out in 1956, rumors of the team's split were everywhere in
Oh,
Hollywood.
wait a minute. You gotta take me with you. Come on. Your father and my father were partners. They died together.
When I'm ready to die, you can be my partner.
Oh, we can be partners. Well, that's swell. When I die?
Martin and Lewis's last film together had the duo hitting the highway, finding the usual hijinks along the way. Little did audiences know that it was the last ride the comedy team would take together. Hollywood or Bust was a hit.
What lovely scenery.
But only a few months after the film's release, the comedy partnership that had made America laugh was finished. Most observers thought Jerry Lewis would go on to greater success. The future for Dean was less certain. His first film after the breakup was a light comedy called 10,000 Bedrooms.
Arthur, I'm in love. That's very nice. I have to marry 4 girls. That's not a marriage. That's a merger.
The movie failed at the box office and with critics. Dean's future as a movie star looked dim until he won a key supporting role in the war drama The Young Lions. Audiences were impressed by Dean's performance, and he got rave reviews from critics. He followed with another supporting role in the steamy drama Some Came Running. As the gambler Bama, Dean was teamed on screen for the first time with his real-life pal, Frank Sinatra.
Oh, by the way, when's the wedding?
What wedding?
Wedding?
Dave, just between you and me, that little old school teacher of yours, you know she ain't too good an influence.
You know, ever since you give up drinking, you've been impossible.
He always wears hat in the presence of ladies.
All the time, honey.
He even sleeps in his hat. I'll bet.
Despite their reputation for playing around, they both gave great performances in the film that got Shirley MacLaine her first Oscar nomination for Best Actress.
I learned a little while back that certain conditions bring a gambler luck, you know? And, oh, thank you. And this here hat's one of them.
The next year, Dean continued his winning streak with a Western that many critics consider one of the best ever made. In Rio Bravo, Martin played Dude, a drunk who has lost everything because of a girl. With John Wayne's help, he gets a chance to redeem himself.
Where you
Get your hands off.
I said, where are you going?
You got no use for a man you can't depend on. One bad night and I'm done for.
Martin's performance was hailed, and director Howard Hawks even said Rio Bravo was Dean Martin's film. Audiences agreed, and the Western was a huge hit. Dean Martin was back on top alone.
When they tell you I'm dating with somebody new, don't you know that I'm playing a part for getting you?
In 1960, Martin got to show off his singing and dancing skills, teaming with the delightful Judy Holliday in the musical Bells Are Ringing.
Suzanne's phone.
Thought maybe you and I could shoot the breeze, you know, or shoot the old fatteroo.
I'm in love with a voice, Plaza O 4433. What a perfect relationship. I talk to him, and he just talks to me.
You drove into my life like a miracle. You saved me from drowning. You just can't toss me back to the sharks.
Stay out of the lives of the subscribers.
To be so near you is better, better than a dream.
1960 also saw Martin as the co-star in the first Rat Pack film, Ocean's 11. It was shot during the day, while Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and Peter Lawford performed at night as headliners in Las Vegas. The swinging pack didn't take anything seriously, and this freewheeling cinematic adventure shows that in spades.
What's so funny? I knew this color would come in handy one day.
Get her out of here. Hey, give me a little kiss.
Sound idea. It's constructive.
You wait right there, and I'll be there in a minute.
I'll wait for you.
Oh, Sam, how are you?
Oh, same as always. I move or I breathe. I seem to feel the thrill of life along the keel.
You sound like a ferry boat.
I'm not a ferry boat. I'm a very manly sloop. Wherever I go, people stare at me in dumb admiration.
And what happens when they speak?
Martin continued his winning streak by teaming with then real-life couple Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh to answer the question, who was that lady? In this hilarious comedy, Martin convinces Curtis to tell wife Leigh he is a spy for the U.S. government, with disastrous results.
Oh, here they come. Give a load of how these girls are assembled. Yeah, I met these girls while they were trying out for Ted Mack's amateur hour.
Mr. Mack wouldn't put us on. He said we didn't look like amateurs. We're very versatile. We sing and dance.
Like rabbits.
You've fallen into the greatest racket any married man has ever had. Home cooking and outside romance.
The following year, Martin and Shirley MacLaine joined forces again, and it was all in a night's work.
You know, you should turn this into a theater. A theater in the round. Mr. Robert, I thought you asked me to come here for a meeting.
Well, we're having one, Kate.
Yes, but I feel very embarrassed. I only came to talk.
Of course you did.
In 1962's Who's Got the Action, Martin played a man who couldn't stop his betting ways.
Come on. That's better. I learned this from a little masseur in the Orient.
You mean masseuse?
Well, I wouldn't know. I had my back turned.
Wife Lana Turner tries everything to stop him.
Let's go heat up the sake.
Now, wait a minute. What about the Hamilton Club and the monthly meeting?
You want to spend a night out with the boys now?
And cut the judo. Remember, I took lessons, too.
All right, the best 2 out of 3.
Oh, Steve.
And with bookie Walter Matthau on hand, the laughs didn't stop.
My friend over here is just dying to blast you. He don't blast nobody in a week.
Are you familiar with the statute breaking and entering?
From childhood.
Bye, Clint.
Look, Steve, you'll never believe. I don't believe it. Trying to sneak out of town like 2 thieves.
I can explain,
Well,
Steve.
it better come through loud and clear.
Look, Melanie and me.
Yeah?
Melanie can explain.
Go ahead, love. You start explaining.
Well,
Yes? Come on.
it was like this. I can't explain it at all.
Martin showed his serious side in the drama Toys in the Attic, Based on Lillian Hellman's acclaimed play, Martin won raves as a New Orleans man caught between his new bride and his overprotective sisters.
You've been a failure all your life. What makes you think it's going to change now? You hear me? You've been a failure. You've been a blowhard and a failure, and you'll never be anything else.
Did you see what you did to a poor woman who never wished anything but the best for us?
Julian.
Don't! Get out of my sight! Get out! We're rich, Anna, rich. How do you like that?
Oh, my goodness.
Carrie, what are you doing?
Trying to make a neat
Now, you stop that. Nothing's going back this time. Will you listen to me? We're rich. We are rich. Lily, will you tell them we're rich? Go ahead, tell them. Tell them.
We're rich, that's what he says.
Dean and pal Frank Sinatra found themselves friendly rivals in the Western comedy Four for Texas. With the lovely Anita Ekberg and Ursula Andress on hand, this romp gave Dean and Frank more than they could handle.
Oh, no, Max. You wouldn't be thinking about marriage.
Of course not.
That's why I like you, Max. You got brains. You're just like a man.
I'm glad you feel that way. Then it doesn't trouble you that I'm a woman.
Well, I guess if I have to die, I don't mind dying at the hands of a beautiful woman.
Be careful, my darling. You may just have your wish.
The Three Stooges even made an appearance and, as usual, made a mess of things.
Easy. Let's take it easy.
The Rat Pack returned for the musical Robin and the Seven Hoods, a crafty updating of the Robin Hood legend set in 1920 Chicago.
But I'd say a man who loves his mother is man enough for me.
What's your racket? I'm a brain surgeon.
In Billy Wilder's Kiss Me, Stupid, Martin played a character near and dear to his heart, a swinging singer named Dino.
You made my life so glamorous. You can't blame me for feeling amorous. Now, is this a bit of terrific?
Last night, she was banging on my door for 45 minutes. But I wouldn't let her out.
The film was filled with racy dialogue and suggestive situations, leading several groups to condemn the film as immoral. As a result, Kiss Me, Stupid was a disappointment at the box office. However, thanks in large part to Dino's hysterical performance, it remains a cult classic today.
I think you're too old for it.
Too old for what?
You can't sing that song. I told Orville to send it to somebody younger, like the Beatles.
The Beatles? I sing better than all of them put together, and I'm younger than all of them put together.
Joining forces again, Martin and Sinatra found themselves with a marital mix-up in Marriage on the Rocks.
I don't have to be romantic. I am married.
Sinatra is married to Deborah Carr, but they accidentally get divorced while vacationing in Mexico. When Dean steps in, he ends up married to his pal's now ex-wife.
Today, this is my wedding day.
Will you just hold it down a little, just to hold it down a little bit. Well, Dan had to go to... I didn't want to set him up. The wedding will have to be delayed a few days, that's all. Well, what's happened? What's all this?
See, he just pronounced you man and wife, you're married.
Oh, you and me.
Martin re-teamed with John Wayne in the 1965 Western, The Sons of Katie Elder.
Who wants to come with me?
You're not going anyplace.
Oh, you're gonna try and stop me?
You bet I am. And that's for sure.
Filled with action and comedy, the film was a hit. Martin's next film would introduce the character that would give him the greatest solo success of his career. As swinging super spy Matt Helm, Martin brought his own style to the secret agent game made popular by James Bond. In Murderer's Row, sexy co-star Anne Margaret also got in on the fun.
Murderer's Row.
directing traffic.
No.
No?
But Martin never took his spying too seriously, and his casual attitude made the Helm films box office smashes.
I don't have very much to offer.
You're putting me on.
In 4 films, Martin found himself in the unlikely position of stopping evil madmen out to conquer the world. Teaming with French superstar Alain Delon, Martin found more Western fun in Texas Across the River. The film co-starred Rat Pack pal Joey Bishop as an unforgettable Indian.
Why weren't you born a Comanche?
Mother run too fast.
Martin also hit the Western trail again in 1967, playing a bad guy for the only time in the brutal Rough Night in Jericho. In 1968, Martin learned how to save a marriage and ruin your life. A series of misunderstandings leads swinging bachelor Dean to take Stella Stevens as his mistress. Naturally, the romantic complications provide plenty of laughs.
Well, I don't know why I bothered to stay on as your mistress.
You are not my mistress. It's over. I sent you that note.
I am not a public utility you can turn off with a note.
Will you stop yelling?
You wanted me, you've got me until I'm ready to call it off.
Why? All I tried to do was save a marriage.
Martin certainly was at home twirling a 6-gun, and he kept one by his side for the offbeat murder mystery 5-Card Stud. Co-starring with Robert Mitchum, Martin plays a gambler who has to find a killer before the killer finds him.
6 out of 6. Can't do better than that. You can only do worse.
Oh, no, my shooting was way off.
Way off, 6 out of 6.
I was aiming at the spaces in between.
Nora, you know what you are? The most foolish thing in the world. A good woman.
What's foolish about it?
Well, a good woman has a way of pushing herself up against a man till he forgets she's a good woman. Then she expects to end up married.
Well, how else would she end up?
Well, with me, she could end up picking hay from the back of her dress.
It looks like to me somebody's out to kill every man at that party.
In 1969, Matt Helm made his final big screen appearance in The Wrecking Crew. Again, Helm saves the world without breaking a sweat. Taking a break from the spy game, Martin flew the friendly skies in the blockbuster hit Airport.
Pilot from your Flight 45 made a shortcut across the field, and he didn't make it.
Well, what are you doing about it?
Well, when the snow melts in April, we'll get it out. What the hell do you think I'm doing about it?
The film was a star-studded adaptation of the popular novel by Arthur Haley.
You're sure?
Do you mean am I sure I'm pregnant? Or am I sure you're the father?
Please, help me, help me.
No! 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 Personal property, you've got no right to take it away from him. Here.
Stop! Stop! No! No! You stay where you are! Guerrero, listen to me. You'll kill yourself for nothing if you explode that bomb.
Martin took the dramatic role of a pilot who must land a crippled airliner. Airport's success at the box office made it the top-grossing film of the year. As the 1970s continued, Martin appeared less and less on the silver screen. He teamed with Rock Hudson in Showdown, a Western about 2 friends who end up on the opposite sides of the law.
You held up a train, you fool.
Come on, that ain't friendly. Now, do we kiss or do we just shake hands, Mrs. Jarvis?
Don't you ever sleep?
In a change of pace, Martin played a defense lawyer in the urban crime drama Mr. Rico.
I envy you. You've got such a clear-cut view of the law.
This is 3 Charles Square.
Many critics didn't buy Dino as a man who had passed the bar because he rarely seemed to pass any bar. Martin made his final big screen appearance in the Burt Reynolds vehicle The Cannonball Run and its sequel. Following the death of his son in a 1987 plane crash, Martin essentially retired from show business, making his last appearance on a Las Vegas stage in 1990. Dean Martin passed away on Christmas Day, 1995, leaving a legacy of films, TV appearances, and songs that still charm audiences today.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, I'll be shouting hallelujah all the day. Oh, we'll have a jubilee down in Memphis, Tennessee, so don't turn down my invitation. Oh, we'll have a jubilee down in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hollywood will always remember Dean Martin.
Invitation.